been quite a while since I filmed my last video, and as you can tell, I've built another teardrop trailer in the meantime. With this trailer, I didn't get to film a whole lot of the build process of it, but since it's finished, I figured I'd go ahead and give a tour of the trailer. So before we get started, I'll just give a few of the key specs on it. It's a bit bigger than the last trailer. So the last trailer was 4 foot wide by 4 foot high and then 8 foot long. This one is 5 foot wide by 5 foot high and then 10 foot long. So those couple extra feet really do give a lot of extra space. So it allows for things like a queen size mattress, quite a bit more headroom inside, and then a lot more storage space, which we'll get to. So we'll just start on the outside of the trailer, start with the front and then head our way back. So the front of the trailer is pretty similar to the last one. It's got the same hitch receiver set up, but we added the little chain loop on the front. And also the same wheel jack to help push it around. And then the 7-pin plug as well. So the main difference in the front of the trailer is the hitch receiver, which is designed for a bike rack or some other type of storage. So under the trailer is the timber and axle suspension, and then also the jacks that can lower down when you're at camp just to stabilize the trailer. So on the side here you have your shore power plug as well as your plug for your solar panels. And we went with a portable style solar panel rather than mounting them on the roof, just so you can move them around and then be able to point them more directly at the sun. So we also installed a hitch on the rear as well, just to give more options for more storage or the bike rack. So let's go ahead and take a look inside. So like I said before, the cabin area is sized for a queen size mattress. And then in the back is the storage wall. So the bed platform has a series of holes cut into it. This is both to lighten it up a little as well as allow some airflow into the bottom of the mattress. There's also 2 handles cut out on either side to make it easier to lift the couch into place. So the bed is a tri-fold mattress, and that allows it to be folded up into this couch. And the couch is really great for when it's raining outside and you need a place to hang out. It's a lot more comfortable than, just sitting on a bed all day. So under the couch are 2 drawers for extra storage. And then in front of this divider here are 2 cubby areas. This is a great spot to put like those quick access things that you're going to need once you get to camp. So inside the door on the ceiling are the light switches. First, the inside switch is the main lights, and those can be turned on and off on either side of the trailer. And then the outside switches are your porch lights, which illuminate the ground outside the either side door. And these only operate the specific side that you're on, so if you're on the passenger side, you'll only turn on the passenger side. Same with the driver's side. And then over your shoulder on the couch are the reading lights, which can be pointed in any direction and are turned on by tapping on the lens. So the fan is a 10-speed max air fan, and it also works in both directions. So it'll bring air in as well as exhaust air out. Also, it comes with a remote, but here in the Teardrop, the buttons are pretty easy to reach. And then at the back of the cabin area, you have your storage wall. So up top, you have a long storage area for longer items like trekking poles or something like that. And then below that, you have your 2 cabinet areas. And then between the cabinet areas is your electrical shelf, which is good for leaving phones on while you charge them. So you have a 12-volt plug and then 2 USB plugs as well, and a voltage reader for your battery. And then you also have your typical house outlet. And then below the electrical shelf are these 2 sliding doors that open up into one single large storage area. And then the bottom floor of that storage area are trap doors. The middle one opens up into just more storage. And then the one on the right opens up to give you access to your battery. The battery is a 155 amp hour AGM battery. So depending on what all loads it's powering, it'll be good for quite a few days off the grid. So if you're interested in the whole electrical system of this camper, I did do an electrical schematic and it's posted on our website. I'll leave a link in the description below. So there's also an access panel for the battery right here. This just helps when it comes time to replace the battery, maneuvering it in and out. So that's pretty much it for the cabin of the trailer. Let's go ahead and check out the Galley Kitchen out back. So for the Galley Kitchen countertop, we went pretty simple, no sink or stove. For the stove especially, I prefer to have a floating stove rather than a built-in one. That way, whenever you're at a campsite, if there's a picnic table or something where you want to cook somewhere else other than the kitchen, you can do that. And also it frees up the counter space that would otherwise be just dedicated to the stove. So the bigger trailer also opens up a lot of storage space underneath the counter. So just going from left to right, first we have these two sliding doors. So behind the left slider, we have this big open space just for general storage. And then in the back of that is also your electrical panel for all your circuit breakers and fuses. And then behind the middle slider, we have three drawers. Top drawer is probably for silverware, and then the bottom two can be for anything from food storage to pots and pans or anything like that. And then the far right is a cooler tray, which is on heavy-duty 265-pound drawer slides. It also locks into the closed position, so it's not flying out when you don't want it to. And also in the cooler area is a 12-volt socket plug, so an electric cooler could be plugged in. And then coming up above the counter, we have these hanging shelves. These really worked out in the previous Teardrop for open storage for mostly dried goods, canned foods, whatever. And then I also integrated a top shelf on top of them as well. On the right side, you also have tall item storage for things like spatulas and maybe even a bottle of wine or something like that. And then between the hanging shelves is the kitchen cabinet. Below the kitchen cabinet, you have first your light switch for your overhead kitchen lights. Then you have a 12-volt socket plug, and then a 12-volt USB plug. And then you also have your standard 120-volt house-style outlet. So yeah, that'll pretty much do it for the tour of the trailer. Let me know what you think of it. Other than that, I have a few posts coming out on both the design and the build process of the trailer. So if that's something you're interested in, I'll leave a link down in the description below for you to check that out. Other than that, have a good rest of your day and stay safe out there.